Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube. Today, I am going to talk about all the entity attributes which can be identified out from the paragraph directly and how to draw a complete and hash entity relationship diagram and build a relation schema for Student Development Center. First entity is student, which its attribute can be tagged from this line. Student ID, student name, date of birth, address, phone number, and email. And we choose student ID as the primary key because student ID is unique and nobody can have the same ID. It is same goal with the event ID and speaker ID. For the event entity, its attribute can be tagged from here. Event ID, event name, speaker, start date, start time, end date, end time, location, and fee. And we tag event ID as the primary key. And for the speaker entity, its attribute is here. Speaker ID, speaker name, IC number, position, company, telephone number, address, and email. And same, we choose speaker ID as the primary key. Next, we have the entity of the international, which its attribute can be seen from here. Passport number and country of origin. And we choose passport number as the primary key. And next, local entity. And its attribute is IC number and state of birth. And we choose IC number as the primary key. And next, for the payment, its attribute is payment status and date of payment. First, we have to create a name for them, which is student register event. And any name you can create. And this student register event is for the payment entity, and its attribute is student ID, event ID, payment status, date of payment. And same with the student attend event, its attribute is student ID, event ID, student name, and date of arrive. And also certificate number. And the primary key for these two is the same, which is student ID and event ID. Why? Because this payment entity and this attended entity have the relation with the student and event. So we have to take the primary key from them, which is student ID and event ID, and make it as a primary key in student register event and student attend event. It is same for event speaker. When its attribute is event ID, speaker name, name of event, date of event, honorarium amount, and date of payment. In primary key is event ID and speaker ID. Or the primary key is about ID because ID is unique. Then this end for the question A. So we now move to the question B, which is hash entity relationship diagram. And how to draw this. And all that we want to do is translate all the entity and attribute listed in A into the table and identify the relationship between entity. Then after that, you don't forget to write also the multiplicity constraint. First, why we say that this is one-to-many relationship? Because from the paragraph, it says that each student can register as many events as they want. So means by there is no limit for the student to register an event. One is mean by minimum, and this is same with here, which mean by each event can be registered by one or more students. It same go with the attend, because when you register, you can attend the event. So their multiplicity is the same. Then why here is 1 to 5? Because from the paragraph, it says that one event can have up to 5 speakers. So 1 is the minimum and 5 is maximum. Well, why here is one-to-many relationship? Because from here we can know that speaker can be invited to give talk to more than one event. So this is mean by each speaker is able to give a talk to one or more events. And why here's mandatory or? Mandatory is mean by superclass should be one of the subclass. And why we use all? Because students should be international and local, either one. And this three is the object, and so we use the dot line to identify them. Then this is a complete ER diagram. So we move to the question C, which is build a relation schema for student development center. And we have to identify all the primary key and foreign key. When it is mandatory or, it has one relation for each combined superclass and subclass. So we give the name student international and student local. We combine and list out all their attributes for superclass and subclass, and do like this. Same with here. And their primary key is student ID, which take from the superclass. Then next, student register event and student attend event is the many-to-many relationship. So we have to add the primary key from the parent, which is student and event, and their primary key is student ID and event ID, into a new relationship like this, and make them as the primary key in student register event and student attend event. Once you take the primary key from the others, you have to make them as the foreign key as well. You have to write like this. Foreign key student ID refers student international student ID. Foreign key student ID refers student local student ID. And foreign key event ID refers event ID. So from here we can know that many-to-many relationship is simply combine both primary key and make it to a new relation. So I think that's all for me, and thank you, and I hope you enjoy it.